Hey, I'm glad you're here. Here it is, a little rainy morning, lots of water last night. We had a few things changed because of that today, but not many. Um, and life goes on. I hope that today you're experiencing the power of the presence of God and you feel the prayers of the saints. I know I do. It's a good day. But I recognize that during times, especially dry times in my life, we're faced with some pretty major tests. You see, while God is never to blame for the days that we're in, He certainly chooses to use these days as an instrument in the development and growth, the maturity of our faith. Allow me to be Captain Positive for just a brief moment. We should expect many divine tests while we're on our faith journey in life. Many. But God doesn't use difficult circumstances to find out what we're really made of. He already knows that. He knows us. He uses the test to reveal us to ourselves. He often uses a test to show us where we need improvement, and a divine test can expose what might be called our default response to crisis. You see, it starts as self preservation, just a simple reflex. And in time, we learn to respond to stress with expert agility, mental muscle memory, even without thinking. And before we know it, we have a full blown coping mechanism that takes over it. It keeps us from trusting God. That's not a good place. This is how I respond to stress. This is how I respond to anger. This is how I respond to worry. And we create a groove mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And God is not a part of our solution. Brother Rick, it works pretty good for me so far. Let me just stop for a moment and say, just in case you're feeling superior right now, allow a word of God to offer some sincere but serious warning. 1 Corinthians 10, 12, and 13 says it like this: if you think you're standing strong, be careful not to fall. The temptations in your life are no different than what others experience. What does that mean? We're in this together. No one wakes up in the morning with a spectacular moral failure planned. More often than not, our days begin with the very best of intentions. And then life happens. A crisis comes up. A challenge to faith arises. Suddenly, we have a choice. We can go into our default response over and over and try to function on a horizontal level, or we can choose to trust in God even when logic tells us otherwise. My challenge for you today, since we're in this together and I've been where you're at, trust the vertical connection with God. I promise you, He hears your prayers and He will respond in His time. God bless you. Have a great day.